Living life on the road where dreams take flight. In our motorhome under stars so bright. With our dogs by our side in a world left to roam. Finding adventure wherever we call home.
Welcome to this section all about roaming the canals. In this one we're going to tell you about how we transformed NB No Chance into NB Velvaere.
My association with the canals stems back to my childhood, where we used to hire narrowboats as a family for our summer holidays. And in the early 2000s, I bought my first boat, had it bespoke built, had it commissioned for me. Here it is, and had that boat. It was called narrowboat Kyamanzi, which is a Zulu word, because we've got links in South Africa, a Zulu word meaning house on the water. So I had that boat built and lived on it for around about 10 years before selling it, moving into a house, and then we had a 10-year gap of no boats at all, during which time I married Fleur.
In 2019 we bought our second boat, NB No Chance, and we lived on that in between properties for about 2 years during the COVID period.
Yes, we certainly did, and during that time we had a lot of adventures, as much as COVID would permit and we'd be allowed to. We travelled up and down the country in NB No Chance, enjoying exploring the canal systems around the UK, around England, and Wales in fact. By far, one of the highlights of our travels around the canal system on NB No Chance was taking the boat across the Pontcysyllte aqueduct on the Llangollen Canal in Wales. The aqueduct is the highest canal aqueduct in the world and the longest canal aqueduct in Great Britain. It stands 127 feet, that's 39 metres, above the River Dee below, and the boat travels along in a cast iron trough, which is just 12 feet wide. The whole aqueduct spans 19 arches, and interestingly it was caulked by using ox blood and horse's hair, and when they drain it down sometimes to do maintenance on it now, they can still find the resemblance of the ox blood and the horse's hair in it, even after all that time. It took 10 years to build and was opened in 1805. We'd never really liked the name No Chance for a narrowboat. It was quite a negative name. And so we took the opportunity, when we had the chance to get the boat refurbished, of renaming it at the same time. The refurbishment began with us taking the boat to Dunchurch Paul's Marina, where it was craned out, put on a low loader and taken to the workshops for the rest of the work to continue. We used a company called Smithwood Transformed for doing the work for us. We were particularly impressed when we went to visit them at the Crick Boat Show at their attention to detail and the quality of the workmanship of the boats that we saw. So we commissioned them, and Chris from Smithwood Transformed was absolutely fantastic all the way through the process. It was a little scary following behind in the car as your pride and joy on the back of a lorry was weaving around the roads and between traffic, but it arrived there safely, and all these people involved knew exactly what they were doing. So while you watch the journey, a little about the transformation. The boat was taken right back to bare metal. It was shot blasted back to steel. Every single fixture and fitting was removed. It then had several layers of primer, several layers of paint, which was then hand brush laid off, and then re-sign written and a new name put on. In addition to that, we took the opportunity to have double glazed windows put throughout to make it quieter and also help with the insulation and the warmth of the boat. And we replaced some of the glass, as you'll see a little bit later on in this video, with some beautiful bespoke stained glass windows. But for now, sit back and enjoy watching the journey. Once it arrived at the yard, it had to be craned off the lorry and stored on pallets and a specially designed wheel truck type thing, ready for the canvas sections to be taken off, all the brass work to be taken off, because we were replacing all of that with chrome and getting rid of the brass, and ready for it then to be shot blasted back to bare steel. Right the way throughout the transformation, which took a number of months, we were sent videos and picture clips of each stage of what was going on, so that we could make decisions about rust, for example, around the windows, or the various other aspects that we needed to do. He even found a bit of welding that needed a weld that had split, that was letting a little bit of water in, which we'd suspected was the case, but we couldn't find where it was. Well, they found that, they welded that up, and did lots of other little bits and pieces for us whilst it was going along.
came to the sign writing, we had a good look round at lots of different people, and we decided to go with Charlotte Hopwood from Seawood Sign Writing. We love her style, particularly the traditional side, and we went with traditional block lettering down the side, both at the front but on the side of the boat. We also asked her to put a tree on the top of the sliding hatch, the Tree of Life, which she put a beautiful amount of detail into. Really fortunate that we've had some stained glass windows commissioned to fit the boat directly by Acacia Glass. If you have a look, the left hand one is based around spring and summer with the kingfisher, and on the right hand one it's got autumn winter, again with the kingfisher on there as well.
And when the sun's shining through, it floods the boat and they look absolutely beautiful.
A few months later, we received notification that the boat was complete, so straight after work that night we zoomed up to the marina where it was craned back into to go and have a look at our first glimpse of the paintwork and the new transformation. It was an absolutely freezing night and blowing a hoolie outside.
Well, the name Velvaere, Fleur, what does that mean?
It's actually a Norwegian word, and we don't have a direct comparison for it in English. It basically means to have a holistic sense of well-being, usually when you slow down and often by water.
Well, that seems to fit perfectly then.
Roaming the open road in the trusty motorhome, sailing the river on the narrowboat they roam. Cruise ships carry dreams across